So Dr. Stone is finally back after a 1 week break, and it's funnier than ever. Man, I genuinely miss this manga. But either way, hello and welcome to Wonderwisey. My name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Dr. Stone manga chapter 162. Now please note that this is an early review based on the Korean scans, so my interpretations of the chapter might be a little off from the official translations. But in this video, I'll dive into the basic structure of the story. And oh boy, Dr. Chrome and Kaseki are here for the rescue, along with everyone's adorable goofball, Taiju. But before beginning the chapter, if you are new here, then please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon because I do weekly Dr. Stone manga reviews and more. Now this chapter, like always, can be divided into 3 particular parts. Number 1, the introduction. Number 2, Taiju's little adventure. And number 3, assembling the drill. So in the introductory part of the chapter, Chrome's team is trying out a test drill on Hyoga's spear, who doesn't really like the idea of things getting messy with his spear. But it is absolutely necessary to do a little testing until the real drill arrives to their location. There's a panel of the Perseus next to Chrome, and I assume that they have contacted there previously in order to convey their message. Because in the very next moment, we get to see an absolutely godly panel of Kaseki bringing out the drilling tip from the iron furnace. This man is getting better every chapter. The Kingdom of Science is absolutely nothing without the expertise of this old man, and the panel of him holding the drilling tip with just a pair of tongs is absolutely gorgeous. Boichi has outdone himself in this couple of panels. But the real fun only starts here, because now the question is, who will be delivering this drilling tip to their location? Also yes, it seems like Chrome's team is in contact with the Perseus all the time, or at least in a while to share information, as we get to see a panel of Dr. Chrome making the final blueprints for the drilling machine. And after some discussions in the group, including some hilarious stuff by Mozu, the question arrives of who will be delivering this thing. To this, Ryusui suggests that Taiju will do this job. He'll be the one who will be best suited for this job. And Taiju leaves at once after checking in on Senku one time. I absolutely love this brotherly bond between Senku and Taiju, and this small panel reminded me of all the amazing stuff they did as kids together. This series really knows how to make characters bond with each other. Taiju leaves after a bit of interaction with Yuzuriya and Luna. I guess it was just to make sure that Senku was safe. And then he leaves using the mobile lab. But the fun only starts here because remember, Luna's assistants Carlos and Max are still there watching the ship. They argue and fight in a very Looney Tunes-like manner as to who should leave and who should stay here, when the most unexpected thing happens for them, because Taiju spots them. And in a manner which is only suitable for Taiju, he pops off and introduces himself to both of them. This shocks the ever-living hell out of Carlos and Max. They never expected something like this in 1000 years. Taiju greets them in Japanese, and I presume that they don't know Japanese. That's why there is some sort of a confusion between the trio. But Carlos and Max quickly realize that Taiju is not a bad person and that he is not hostile towards them, because he offers them a ride back. Just imagine that for a second. Carlos hops in the mobile lab as Max stays behind. Moreover, Carlos tries to find details about Luna, but there seems to be the language barrier once again. But I feel like Carlos somewhat understood by Taiju's body language that Luna is safe. There's honestly a lot of amazingly hilarious panels here in this chapter, and that continues on when Taiju is shown to be an exceptionally bad driver. Carlos, who was previously a driver, hops on and takes the wheel, but he wonders why he is driving the enemy vehicle. But it's for sure that Taiju has won the hearts of these two dudes. But as they reach the spot, Ukyo intercepts them, and Carlos is tied to a tree as they make a stop, because he's after all an enemy, something that Taiju doesn't really like. The drilling tip is unloaded next, and there are some shenanigans, but in the end, the drilling machine is fully completed. The group looks on with confidence, all the while Carlos is in absolute shock as to how these kids were able to build something so perfect. The battle of science is getting hotter and hotter day by day, or rather I should say chapter by chapter. Also, this thought just came into my mind now that Taiju is here along with this group. They have some very heavy hitters. There is Taiju, there is Tsukasa, and there is Hyoga. I just wonder if we'll get to see a berserker version of Taiju after he gets to know that Stanley was the person who is responsible for Senku's current condition. I mean, Taiju absolutely loves Senku, and to see him suffer a fate like this, it must be heartbreaking for Taiju. So will he take a revenge? For all these chapters, we have only seen a benevolent side of Taiju. But now, can we see a different side? Can Taiju actually pick up some fight? things are getting more and more interesting. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts on this chapter? Please mention them in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. This is Wonder Wisey, and I'll see you soon in the next video.